We all went, minus Squid, to the Second Chance Prom in Myrtle Beach. Our morning show is syndicated in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And they invited us about a year ago, so we all cleared our calendars except for Squid. It's okay. He went the year before.
He was the one who encouraged us to be going. He said, you guys got to put this on your calendar for next year. We were like, yes, cannot believe it, cannot wait. Let's put it down. We're all going. And then Squid was like, oh, right, I have a wedding. I can't go.
It was a close friend's wedding. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and you went the year before, to be fair.
That
it's all
is
fun
to
if
be
we're
fair.
all there together.
Yes.
Well, we're only there for 24 hours, basically, right? Not even.
Not even, I don't think.
Not even 24 hours. And enough things happen because you can't have us traveling together without bizarre stuff happening. So
We are who we are.
We have a different story for every day. Story number one.
Yep.
Everyone was relaxing, having a good time.
Had a lovely lunch out on the patio in front of the ocean.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, it was beautiful.
Waiting for, the get ready for the Second Chance Prom, and then Tropical Storm Goodman rolls in
Sound the alarm.
at about 4:45, and all hell broke loose.
I had to take a Xanax. I couldn't breathe.
Yeah, I was like slamming my foot into the door just to release some sort of endorphins.
Yes.
Yeah. So we get these panic texts like, what building are we in? Where are you guys at? Where do I check in? Who's going to pick up my bags? So we're like, I don't know where you normally go on vacation, but nobody's picking up nobody's bags but yourself.
Nobody. Like Jason writes in the text message. First of all, he wants to know what building. Is this the right line for the checkout? Is this the right line for the check-in? And then of course, like Jason, who does make fun of Josie for being 30%, but like Jason is the male equivalent.
Yeah.
He'll be like, longest lines ever.
I don't know if we'll be ready in time.
Here's a picture of the lobby. Is this the lobby you checked in at?
And then he writes, he goes, they're short-staffed, no one here to help with bags. We're like, there's nobody to help with your bags.
Yeah,
How
we
many
helped
bags
ourselves.
did you bring?
Carol was there. I don't know.
We schlepped our own bags over to the between the parking deck and the thing. There's nobody. There's not a butler.
No. You know, concierge.
Yeah, well, what happened was...
He can't even deny it.
Excited for
No,
this.
I'm not denying it. Trust me, my blood pressure has never been higher.
Yeah, thanks for making ours.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
So, and the funny thing is, when I was writing the texts, I was trying to keep calm. I was like, "Was this the building that you guys were in?" So I was like, I was trying to yell like that, but I couldn't do talk to text because it didn't understand me because I was so tense.
Right.
But I had our daughter had a couple soccer games before that, and we wanted to see we had to take her to these soccer games.
Sure,
We missed a bunch of
sure.
them. So I'm like,
Right.
I'm thinking to myself, okay, well, we're going to be pushing it. And it wasn't the fact that we were going to miss it. It was the fact that I know how long it takes Carol to get ready.
Ah,
I see.
yeah.
So that all of a sudden, that starts making me a little worried.
Well, then go ahead, Jason. I'm sorry.
So when we did the soccer thing and everything like this, I said to Carol, I said, is it better for you to do some getting ready here at the house, or is it better just to go now? And she's like, well, actually, maybe my hair and stuff is better here because everything's this. I don't know how girls work. It just looks like a tornado goes through the bathroom.
And this
Every
is a big
time.
event too,
Yeah,
so
it
it
is.
wasn't just like, oh, we're just throwing something on. Like this is we're getting dressed,
And we're going on a boat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You could literally miss the boat.
You
You could,
Yes.
miss the boat. It's not like, oh, I
You
should have
can't show up late.
and just walk in.
I have to get a boat to get the boat.
More on that for another day,
Yes,
but
yes.
still.
So I'm thinking to myself, I'm already at noon, like worried. I'm already under a tense pressure. So finally, she's like, okay, we're just going to have to go. I can't get this done. I'm like, oh my gosh, that means there's going to be even more getting ready of the hair at the place. And I'm just thinking to myself, okay, we have 3.5 hours to get there. I'm driving on the GPS, going rather quickly, holding in a pee because I don't want to stop. And I'm going fast, like fast for me. And the GPS keeps getting later. Like, I'm going above the speed limit. How is the GPS estimating the time to be 15 minutes the other direction?
Right.
So I'm like, ugh. So we're under pressure. Finally, we have to pee. So we go in there and get pee, and I'm leaving. And as soon as I get there, I just know how it works at these hotels. And I'm just like, oh boy, I know it's going to take a while to get in. And then when I get there, I just want to know every aspect since you've already experienced it, so I can get a little bit quicker. We pull into the main place, which is not the place we're staying at,
Right.
because there's 3 places.
It is a little
that
confusing.
was
It was
like,
very-
oh
it
my
was.
gosh.
And there's like a Marriott in between the buildings
Yes.
too.
Yeah.
Huh?
So the first thing I said is, I don't know what building is the check-in, but this looks like a check-in. I don't know if every building has a check-in. So I take a photo and send it to the group saying, well, first I said to the Matt, he didn't answer. Matt didn't answer fast enough. So I sent it to the entire group. I said, is this the check-in area that you guys checked in? Because if you said no, then I was going to panic and have to run to another building. So when I'm there's 2 people in line and nobody seems to like have any spark.
Yeah, no, there's no spark.
Right? Not a spark. It's a nice place.
It is very
and
nice.
the lady was very nice, but I'm like, oh, in my mind, I'm like, this is not a time to be nice.
Please hurry up.
You got to be on a boat in a suit.
Yes, and of course, this one guy comes walking in from the back area with like a drink and an umbrella and his thing. And I'm like, don't you even try to get any type of question with this girl right here about anything, because I got to get there. And then after y'all like, yes, that's a check-in, I'm like, okay, where are you guys staying in? Because I had all the crap, right, and the dress and the suits and this and that. I'm like, I just got to need to know which one Carol can load. So I'm like, Carol, start unloading. So she starts unloading because there's a cot right there. So I'm like, okay. Finally, somebody else comes. I'm like, oh, thank goodness. I come in. I said to the girl, I hate to be rude, but I am the massivest hurry ever. I said, not because of me, but my wife. She takes a long time to get ready. We have to be somewhere. She's like, okay, no problem. And she was super quick. She just gave me this map and this and that. I'm like, okay, great. And she's like, you're staying at the Paradise. And then the Paradise, which one's that? And I'm looking at the map. That's not the same place that you just told me that you were all staying
Yeah,
in.
because we were in the Palms Tower.
And the whole thing's called Breaker, so it is confusing.
It was.
So I get up, and plus there's a hotel in between the hotels that we're staying at.
That's not affiliated with the Breakers.
Right.
Not at all.
Yeah.
So I get outside. I'm like, girl, load up all the stuff back into the car. She has the entire cot. The entire cot is loaded, and my car is just running,
Are you
blocking
saying
traffic.
cart? What do you say?
Cot.
Cot?
Oh, it's a cart.
It's a cart.
Well, I call it a cot.
A cot. You
Okay.
sleep on a cot.
Yeah, it's a cart. Go
I
ahead.
was very confused
Yeah,
by what you're
like a
saying. I'm like,
luggage
what?
cart.
No wonder
Oh.
it took you forever to get through. You were asking for cots. I needed a cart.
There's no wheels on the
Okay.
cot.
So
So there's pets in your room.
I'm just like this.
Frustrated.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like trying to help Carol. Then she opens up my door and slams into the cart. Slams it into the car. I'm like, Carol, you just slammed it into the car. You know how it is when you're tense. I'm just we're trying to and then as I'm taking my suit off the damn hook, the pants just drop on the ground. Carol's like with her stuff. I'm like, Carol, my pants are on the ground. I don't care about that box right there. Help me. So it's a storm. You're right.
It is
It
Tropical
was.
Storm
Yeah, it's a
Goodman,
storm.
boy.
It was.
Yeah.
And you should be very proud to know that not only do we feel the anxiety in person when we're with you, but we also feel it directly through text.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
the
yeah.
whole
I have the
time-
text. I pulled up the text.
Oh, good, please.
Jason said, pushing time. Is this where everyone checked in? It's a picture of the lobby.
It's very, very busy.
And no one responds. Are we all in the same building? If so, which one? Matt says yes, and assume we're all in the same building. Trying to get stuff up. This is Jason. Try to get stuff up, Carol, quickly for Carol to get ready, and they have no help. Is this building we're actually staying in? And then Katie says, oh, there's no help at this place. You have to carry it all.
Yeah.
No, we're in the same building beside the Palms Tower. And I just said beige building. Big, tall building. Jason goes, they have a Staying in Paradise building. And we're like, what is that? To the right of the Marriott. And then Katie sends a picture of some alcohol.
I was drinking Prosecco.
Matt sends a picture of
Oh,
alcohol.
that's when I almost lost a gasket.
And then I
I don't care about that.
We're just casually drinking.
And I sent a picture of my Diet Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
And then Jason goes, do you guys still have room in the car? If so, do you mind pulling up to this hotel? The shoes are almost impossible to walk far. If not, let me know and I'll get an Uber now. And we're just like, oh my God. Yes, we got you. And then we're just explaining how much room Katie has in her car. Yes, we're fine. Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? Yes.
Yes.
Are you going to pick us up? Fine.
Yes.
Then we were walking down the street. We just see them standing outside their hotel. We're like, come on, let's go.
Walk over here.
Across the street,
Let's go.
we get the elevator to our car.
That is the other thing. There was a parking lot that's not attached to the hotel.
I know.
So that's but I didn't realize that the main one was right across the street. So when I'm running to the parking lot after unloading again, I'm running through with everything else. Carol's trying to get ready there. I mean, it was just a mayhem mess. And I still have to get ready technically myself, although not nearly as long.
Yeah.
So, of course, we're like at the 7th floor doing this. And like, it was to the second and the wire. And then when I see Carol's shoes on, I'm like, oh, boy, Katie's asking us to meet her 3 hotels down in the lobby. I said, there's no way she's going to be able to walk in the shoes.
Right.
So I'm like, is there any way you get? And then fortunately, when we came down, you guys were walking to the same garage. So I'm like, oh, thank goodness. And then all that happened, and we're like, oh, everybody looks nice, and everybody did look nice and all that. And then when we had to drive there. And
Yeah.
barely, I'm thinking we're not going to make the boat because
no.
we're driving
Ooh.
around in a parking lot called Barefoot Landing, and that's not where it's at.
Was 30 minutes away from the
Yes.
hotel. So, which
And
I
it's
didn't
packed.
realize
No, I
until.
thought we were just down the street.
That's
but
what
no.
I thought too. And then Matt was like, it's going to take, like, GPS says 27, so we need to factor in some time for some traffic.
Right.
I thought, oh my gosh, I didn't know we were that far away.
And the GPS took us somewhere, and then we see a boat that's nowhere close to where we are. Like, how do we get to that?
and I'm driving, and all I can hear from the back is like, we have to go over the water, and I'm like, how?
What do you mean?
Am I going over the water?
And
Yeah.
the parking lot is so packed.
Yes.
There's no parking, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. So I text the guy that's in control of the radio station there and hosting this event saying, hold the boat!
And I'm like, you still have an hour, Jason.
So I gave him the most anxiety.
Yeah,
ever.
and I was like,
saying,
Jason-
we're all coming. We can't find our way. We're running through the parking lot.
I said, we still have an hour. Like, we're all like trying to calm down. We have an hour.
We have an
I think
hour.
we're
We have
fine.
an hour.
We're good.
Kate actually kept her cool because I hate driving, not knowing exactly where I'm going.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
then you parked one time, they had to back out, and then it's crowded, and there's people everywhere and taking their time. But yeah.
Yeah.
So-
And not to make things worse, Jason did his whole like Katie started backing up, and he did his whole like.
Like I
Where it
hit
makes it
something.
sound like he hit something.
Oh yeah.
So if I'm stressing out, everybody's stressing out.
Nothing like making that situation more tense.
Kate's like, I have cameras. I know that
I
was
have
you.
cameras. Stop it. This is not the time.
And then we get to the line, and it's the line forever because Jay Leno's in town.
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Jay Leno.
Yeah, it's freaking Jay Leno. Every time you try to go to a Second Chance Prom, there's
Foiled again.
Jay Leno.
Holding us up.
I was like, he's here. I was like, that's kind of cool. Well, Second Chance Prom, we all went together. This is in Myrtle Beach. That's story number 1. Story number 2,
I mean, there's so many. What do
we
you
could either
think?
do Twerk King or we can do our instant regret when we were in charge of coming up with a contest for Prom King and Queen.
I say we do twerk. Twerk happened technically first.
All
That's
right.
true.
Yeah, you can go in order.
The story
Yeah.
will be
Oh,
Twerk
yeah.
King tomorrow.
No longer toxic kings.
Nope.
Twerk King. Twerk King. The most bizarre thing ever. All right. That's tomorrow morning around 7:35. It'll be Twerk King. Then we'll have story number 3 and 4 and 5 for the whole week. Just us being together for 24 hours somewhere.
Just existing.
I was way less than you guys. I was got together for 12 hours.
I
Yeah.
know, really, yeah. We're
Pretty
together for a
much.
little bit. And there's about 4 weeks of episodes we can't have on the air.
That will be on our OnlyFans.
That's true. You guys subscribe to that and pay. There's a paywall for that one.